All right, first and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Kol Halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakal Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sisters that are out there listening and learning. All right? And I'm going to jump straight into this video. I'm going to title it Excuses, Excuses, Excuses. All right? So, like I said, by the title, you can already foresee what I'm going to go into. All right? I'm going to go into excuses. Right? All right. So with that being said, let's jump straight into it. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Shouldn't be long. All right. Lord's willing is edifying. All right. All right. So the first thing I got for you guys, as usual, I like to go into the words. All right. The definition of words, the etymology of words. All right. To get a better understanding of words. Most people use words every day and have no idea what the words truly mean. They don't look things up. Over here at Great Millstone, starting from the head apostle, Elder Tahar on down, we look things up, okay? I always mention we are of the church of Berea, okay? We are the ones that search the scriptures, search the things that Paul said to see if they were true, okay? We study the scriptures. We study history, okay? A sidebar, okay? That's the flavor of the week right now is history, which we always have gone into history and geography and stuff like that. But you know, it's being pushed again. The elders, starting with the elders, they're pushing that vibration. And Lord's willing, if the Lord put the spirit on me, I'll get into the history again. But on my page, I've got many videos going into the history. All right. But anyway, with that being said, like I said, let's get back to the topic, which is excuse. Right. This is straight off of Google. Excuse is a verb. Right. The first definition. Attempt to lessen the blame attaching to a fault or offense. So you're trying to lessen the blame, you're trying to deflect. Okay, that's what an excuse is. Okay, and around here we own up to our faults. Okay, that's how you truly repent. You can't make excuses. None of us are perfect. We all fall. The righteous man falleth 7 times. Okay, but he gets back up. Okay. You're going to fall, but you're going to get back up. None of us are perfect. There's no excuse, okay? No excuse. None of the men of the Lord were perfect besides Yahushua, who you guys ignorantly called Jesus. He was the only one that walked this walk truly perfectly, okay? King David went off. King Solomon went off. Paul went off. They all went off, okay? We are men. We are in this flesh. Like I said before, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is not. Okay, it's a constant struggle, war. All right. Anyway, excuse. Attempt to lessen the blame attaching to a fault or offense. Okay. It says seek to defend or justify. And a lot of brothers, like a lot of people, I'm not going to say, but a lot of people in general, because it applies to the women also. Because we get on Jake, we get on, especially Esau Edom. He always has excuses. This is not just on this is a general blanket. This is not on no one particular person. This is about excuses. And we here at the men of the Lord, we don't make excuses, man. All right? That's a characteristic, that's a trait of Esau Edom. All right? Going back to Cain. What did Cain say? When the Lord asked him, where's his brother Abel? He came up with an excuse. He wasn't straightforward. Salakia, Lord, I messed up. Salakia, Yahweh, I fucked up. You know, forgive me. He came up with an excuse. Am I my brother's keeper? He attempted to lessen the blame. He got defensive. Okay? All right? If you can receive it. Attempt to lessen the blame attaching to a fault or offense. Seek to defend or justify. Instead of you just humble yourself down and just be quiet and just take it and listen and take heed and take the correction. Because it's to better you. Most people don't. Most people make excuses. They get emotional. They get in their feelings. Like I said, and that's not. It's a time and place for everything. All right. All right. It says excuse. The second definition: release. Release someone from a duty or requirement. And that's the main reason why I wanted to do this video, because a lot of people in general just have excuses. You were bought with the reasonable. You were bought with the price, man. Pushing this truth, doing these videos, waking up the elect is your reasonable service, man. It's your duty, okay? And a lot of people have excuses. They're fearful. Whatever. There's a million of them, but there is no excuse because the Lord commanded you to do so. Okay, it's a commandment, and you have brothers that on all types of levels, man. We all catching hell. We all in the same boat, but yet we do it. So there is no excuse for you. Okay, but you want to come. You. A lot of people have excuses. They don't want to stop committing adultery. They don't want to stop eating pork. Okay, they don't want to stop going to that church. It just filled, especially Jake. Jake is filled with excuses because they ain't right. Okay. It says that we were going to go to Egypt again with ships, and no man might free you. Right. The only one that freed us was Yahushua. Okay. Through his great sacrifice, but it was a price. There was a duty. All right. No excuses. Okay. It says the second definition of excuse: release someone from a duty or requirement. And brothers always have excuses why they can't do videos, why they can't do this, why they can't do that. The Lord is not dealing with a man like that, man. Okay. Anyway, Slock, let's keep it pushing. I don't want to make it too long. All right. Went into etymology, pretty much the same thing, but excuse. Attempt to clear someone from blame, find excuses for. Apologize, make excuse. Don't apologize, just get right. Don't be a hearer of the word, be a doer of the word. It's better to obey than to give sacrifice. Okay, just do what you're told. No excuses. Gird up thy loins like a man. There's brothers all over the world doing it. Why can't you? We all have wives, we all have women, we all have jobs, we're all in this world. Okay, there is no excuse to not push this truth, to not study, to not make this truth a priority. Okay. Anyway, with that being said, let's jump into the scriptures and I'll shut it down. I'll come back to this. Fuck it, I'll go into it now. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 1. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, my son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself. Okay? No excuses. No excuses. Do this, Proverbs 6 and 3. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself. When thou art come into the hand of thy friend, go humble thyself and make sure thy friend. So you got to try your friend. Try. And like I said, really a brother. A friend is a brother, man. Okay? And like I always say, your brothers are the ones that do the will of the Father. All right? But you have to prove that, brother. Okay? All right? You have to see where his mind is at. Two cannot walk together unless they be agreed. But anyway, I digress. Verse 4. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provided her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. Okay, so now is the time to be gathering, like I said, being busy, not being idle, not being a sluggard, not full of excuses, man. Okay, now is the time to do the work while the work can be done, because the time is going to come when no man work no more. Okay, how long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? How long you gonna just stay in Babylon the Great, man? Just watching the videos on the sideline, just constantly making excuses, excuse after excuse. The Lord gonna spew you out, man. Okay? How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Like I just did a video on emotions. There's a time and place to be emotional. Arise, stir up. When are you gonna get active? When are you going to get passionate about this thing? Okay? How long will thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an unarmed man. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. Forwardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief constantly. He soweth discord. So what he's deflecting, man. He's making excuses. He's loud. He's this. He's that. He's trying to make a spectacle instead of just humbling himself down, man. All right. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. All right. But anyway, let's keep it pushing. Proverbs 13:4. The soul of the sluggard desireth. Okay, like we have a saying in the islands: "Want all, get none." Okay, want all, get none. All right, the sluggard. He always got these scoffers and scorners, man. They're sluggards. They ain't putting in no work. They ain't doing a goddamn thing. But they got the world to say. They got the world to say how the camp should be run, how you should do your videos, how you should do it. They want it all, but they ain't doing a goddamn thing. The soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing. They have no oil in their lamps, man. Okay, because they're not putting forth no effort. They don't know nothing. Okay, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. Okay, the men that are truly, sincerely searching the scriptures, man, studying. Okay, a righteous man hateth lying. So there's an emotion, there's a feeling. Okay, like I said, this truth should stir you up. A righteous man hateth lying. And those are niggas with excuses, man. We can see through your fucking excuses. There is no excuses because we all going through this fire. We all going through the straight gate, this position of difficulty, okay? And we all lifting up our brothers, man. These videos going on, all these things is for the brotherhood, to better the brotherhood, to build the brother, to strengthen the brotherhood. We don't have time for no sluggards, no niggas with excuses, no liars, okay? A righteous man hateth lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and cometh to shame. Righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way, but wickedness overthroweth the sinner. There is that maketh himself rich, yet hath nothing. Okay, the riches of this world. That's not the true riches. The riches is his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. There is that maketh himself poor, yet he hath great riches, which is the elect, the one that are diligently seeking the Lord. All right. I'll go down to 9 and shut it down. Proverbs 13:9. The light of the righteous rejoiceth, because we are the illuminated ones. We have the light, the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this truth. But the lamp of the wicked shall be put out, because he has no oil. Okay, he has no oil in it to draw from. The oil is going to run out. All right. Proverbs 26:16. The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. That's powerful because of what? Excuses. He's filled with excuses. The sluggard is. Why you ain't doing videos? Why you ain't going on the highways and the byways? Why you ain't pushing this truth? You always just trying to edify somebody. Why you not doing? Because you a sluggard. You just full of excuses. You full of excuses. Attempt to lessen the blame attaching to a fault or offense. Seek to defend or justify. All right. Release someone from a duty or requirement. Okay. What does it say here? I don't want that yet. The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men. So in his own thoughts, in his own mind, he think he's slick. And it don't matter what you say. It don't matter if it's 7 righteous, diligent brothers telling him something. He ain't gonna hear it because he's leaning upon his own understanding. It don't matter how many precepts, it ain't for him. Okay, the sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. So no matter how many times you tell him to go out on the highways and the byways, no matter how many times you tell him to do videos, no matter what you tell him, he ain't gonna hear it. Okay, because he's wise in his own conceit. Okay. Proverbs 20:4. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing. And I brought that because the harvest is coming, man. the Lord said, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe." Okay, but in the time of that harvest, it's going to be a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. A lot of sluggards are going to be, huh? The Lord is going to come like a thief in the night, man. Therefore shall ye beg in the harvest and have nothing. Okay, you're gonna have no works, nothing to show, just full of excuses. Okay, full of excuses, trying to blame other brothers, trying to blame this, trying to blame that. I didn't know, Lord, I didn't know. Didn't you see my prophets out there? Didn't you see the men putting up videos? I didn't know. Just excuse after excuse. But the Lord ain't gonna want to hear it. Trust me. Okay? Like I always say, the doors of mercy are drastically closing, especially for you sluggards. The doors of mercy are already closed for 2/3, man. 2/3 is already shut. He never wanted them. He blinded them from the jump. From go, they're blinded. If you can receive this, if you're watching our videos, if you can hear it, if you can hear my voice, if you're sincere, man, get active. Stop being a fucking sluggard. Stop with the excuses. Stop being fearful. Revelations 12 and 9. What I want to start? Salakia. I started 12 and 9. Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power Yahweh, and the power of his Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. For the accusers of our brethren is cast down. And we know that's talking about Esau Edom, right? But also that's talking about 2/3, man. 2/3, like the Lord said, are ye of the father the devil. John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. He was filled with excuses, okay? Because there is no truth in him. He's a piece of shit, just filled with excuses, always trying to blame other people, what did the word say? Uh, release someone from their duty. You don't want to do your duty, man. Okay, just full of just can't get right. Okay, always attempting to lessen the blame, trying to attach fault to someone else. Okay, always trying to defend yourself, always trying to justify yourself. Instead, you just humble yourself down and take the correction. Okay, but 2/3 ain't gonna do that because they are of their father the devil, which is Cain, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite. Okay, well, or as I like to say, the red Hebrew idiot mite, because you're idiots. Okay, and 2/3 of Jake is just like the red Hebrew idiot mites, right? It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do." He was a murderer from the beginning, and especially with the so-called black woman, she's a murderer, murdering those children in her womb, just like Esau. Man, it's just so many levels that you are like your father, man. Liars, adulterers, homosexuals. Okay, that's not the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's the spirit of the devil, the so-called white man Esau Edom. Okay, he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie. He speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Okay? So like I said, that's what I meant. Okay? You're the accuser of your brethren. You're always trying to deflect. Okay? Alright? This is talking about Esau Edom, but this is also talking about 2/3, man. Alright? And one more scripture and I shut it down. Salakia. What did I pull this for? I can't remember now. Salak. I think it was verse 11 or somewhere down there. Salak. Oh, con. Oh, I was going to give you the example of Paul, right? Because Paul, and give you a prime example, there's no excuses. None of the men of the Lord are perfect. We all, like me, I have allergies. That's why you hear me sniffle. That's what we all have something, man. Some brothers have speech impediments. It is, some brothers struggling with weight, whatever, man. We all have our thorns, man. But I wanted to give you this example of Paul, man. Salak, where I want to start. I don't make it too Get straight to the point. Salakia. Salakia, hold on. I want to get straight to the point. Okay, Okay, 2 Corinthians 12 and 7, because this is going into when the Lord knocked him off the horse, but I want to go straight to the point. 2 Corinthians 12 and 7. And least I should be exalted, this is Paul speaking, and least I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh. So he had a weak, something was wrong. It doesn't tell you what was wrong with him, but he had an affliction. He wasn't perfect. He had something that was bugging him so much that he's going to go to the Lord multiple times, which you're going to get, right? 2 Corinthians 12 and 7. And least I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh. Given to who? Him from who? From Yahweh. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, he controls everything. But yet he saw fit to give Paul a thorn, an infirmity, okay, an affliction. The messenger of Satan to, I'll read that over. And least I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. So that thorn that he was given was to balance him out, to keep him not too puffed up, okay, to keep him rooted, right? Because the Lord hates a false balance. So whatever you're going through, whether it's your demon, whether it's your choke, whatever it is, that's there to keep you just right, man. Okay, the Lord knows what you need. Okay, for this thing I besought the Lord thrice. So he went to the Lord 3 times. He prayed diligently, right? He went to the Lord and asked the Lord to remove this thorn in the flesh 3 times, that it might depart from me. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee. Okay, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. So the Lord likes weakness, man. He likes you to be the lowly, man. That's who he deals with. The meek shall inherit the earth. All right, no excuses. Whatever you given, whether it's your health, whatever it is, no excuse. The Lord gave that to you so you can push 10 times harder. So you can go to him 10 times more. Seek the Lord 10 times more. All right, push even harder. You get laid off, you catching hell, push even more. That's what the Lord requires. Okay? And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasures in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses for Yahweh Shai HaMashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Okay? Whew, it's beautiful. Like I said, no fucking excuses, man. Okay? Anyway, with that being said, Lord's willing, it was edifying. I think I drove that point. No fucking excuses. Excuse my French, my Swahili. Okay? Gird up thy loins like a man. Okay? Seek the Lord 10 times more, man. Like I said, the doors of mercy are drastically closing, man. Okay? Stop trying to get released from your duty. Pushing this truth, going out on the highways and the byways, studying, rehearsing the righteous acts, trying to keep the commandments to the best of your ability. That's your reasonable. It is what it is. That comes with. That's our heritage. It is what it is. You are the sons of the living power. That is what it is, man. That's the whole duty of man is to serve the Lord with all their heart. Fear the Lord and serve him. That's our whole duty. That's not Esau's duty. Esau's duty is to be the wicked. We are not. We are wholly separate. Okay. Anyway, with that being said, Lord willing, it was edifying. We almost out of here, man. Keep pushing. Shalom.